If you need any Xbox or PlayStation codes or any cheap PC games, use the referral link in the description. It will take you over to g2a.com. They already have a discount on most of their goods, and if you use the code CHES at checkout, you can get yourself an extra 3% off as well. Hey guys, how's it going? Ches back again and welcome to episode number 3 of the Chelsea career mode here on FIFA 16. If you go on to enjoy today's episode, make sure you hit that like button. Maybe we could hit 3,000 again, that would be absolutely fantastic. Obviously subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't done already, and check the channel page itself, whether if you've missed any of the first 2 episodes of this series, or the first 2 or 3 episodes of the Wolfsburg series, or the first 2 episodes or 3 episodes of the My Player series. There's been a lot of content going up over the weekend. Of course, today is Monday, so we'll be having a look at a squad report today. If you're new to the channel, I do a squad report in my career mode series each Monday, or at least my manager mode series. I obviously don't in the My Player because the My Player doesn't go up on a Monday. But in manager mode series, I have a squad report, so there'll be a squad report at the end of today's episode of this series and at the end of tonight's episode of the Wolfsburg series as well. We're getting some offers in for some players. Loic Remy apparently is seemingly hot property right now. We're getting bids in left, right and centre for him. A couple of offers for Willian as well, but we are looking to move on Branislav Ivanovic. He is transfer listed, which is why the offer made is below his value, but we will try and get a little bit above his value if we possibly can from Everton. So we counter offered at 8 million. As you can see, training some of the youngsters as well, simming all of these ones because they're all on the hard setting. I'm okay when it comes to the medium and like the silver and bronze mini games, but when it comes to the gold ones, I'm really not that good at them right now, so I'm simming all the gold ones. The youngsters are growing very nicely though, and you'll be able to see their individual stats obviously in full at the end of the video in the squad report. Everton come back though and they say they really don't want to pay any more than 6.5, which is Brana's value, so fair enough, I will pay that, or will let them pay that, should I say. I will accept that, and they'll be buying Branislav Ivanovic. Offers for £6.5 million. I'm looking for a central midfielder, of course, and Javier Pastore is the man that I'm looking to fill that void right now. We're offering £25 million plus John Mikel Obi because Arsenal have gone in from as well and offered £31 million. Now, unfortunately, Javier Pastore appears to be a scripted transfer because in every other transfer or every other career mode series I've done, he's moved to Arsenal from PSG in the transfer window. David Alaba has gone from Bayern Munich, to Juventus in 2 or 3 of my other career mode series as well, including the one that I do on Twitch every day at the minute. If you want to follow me on Twitch, there is a link down below in the description. I do stream FIFA every single evening at 8:45 PM UK time, but there are still some scripted transfers in career mode. Unfortunately, they're just different scripted transfers to what they've been over the past few years. Thomas Muller moves to Manchester City in a number of career mode series as well, and Robben goes to PSG in a couple that I've seen so far as well, including my Atleti one on stream. Hopefully we'll be able to avoid some of the scripted ones in this series, but so far that Pastore one, spoilers, is going to go through to Arsenal. We're not going to be able to bring in Javier Pastore because he's going to go to our North London rivals. So we're turning our attention to Paul Pogba. In offering initially 40 million, which is about what his value is, they are actually going to come back and tell me that they want 73 million for Paul Pogba, which is obviously a lot of money. Continuing to train the same players as we have been though. Obviously, we're in the process of attempting to sign John Stones at centre-back. So in this training schedule, as Laqueta will be dropped out and John Stones will go in, and then obviously any other youngsters that we have at the side I will try and rotate in and out for Kennedy Zouma and the other 2 or 3 that will be in there on a regular basis. But we are concentrating on our youngsters when it comes to the training side of things, just to see if we can actually help them boost up their overalls and see if they can grow quite quickly. Ruben Loftus-Cheek especially, because he looks like he's going to be very, very good for us in the future if he can grow quite nicely. Similarly with Kennedy, obviously we've got players like Nathan out on loan currently. When he comes back next season, I'll try and train him as well. But hopefully with the experience of being out on loan, he'll already have been able to grow quite a bit this year whilst being out on loan at Vitesse Arnhem. Juventus, though, turned down our initial £40 million bid for Pogba, so I really jumped it up to 50 million and offered them 10 million more than I had done previously. We had the offer accepted for John Stones, and we're offering him a contract here, £50,000 a week plus a 4-year contract on a squad rotation as his squad role. In the end, I upped it to 60,000 just to make sure he signed it, because obviously as things currently stand, he's an important first-team player at Everton, and he would be taking a drop in squad roles. So I gave him a little bit extra money just to kind of offset that. We're looking at Jose Gaya as left-back as well to replace Branner. Obviously, we'll move Azpilicueta to right back, and then we'll have a right back. I need to sign another right back, and then we'll get Baba and Gaia in, hopefully, at left back. As you can see, we're using the Scout Future Star option in the catalogue as well to hopefully bring in a really, really good youngster. And also, I used that little boost there for it actually doubles the influence of your training sessions. So hopefully we'll be able to really make some improvements with the youngsters over the next few weeks and months in this first season. Offering 56 million for Pogba this time. They didn't accept 40. They didn't accept 50. We'll see if they'll accept 56. John Stones has accepted the contract offer, though. Our first signing of the Chelsea career mode in 2016. Or for FIFA 16, we're in 2015 technically in the game, is John Stones. We've been able to do what Jose Mourinho and Roman Abramovich weren't able to do in the transfer window in real life. John Stones was one of the biggest suggestions and most popular suggestions in the comment section in episodes 1 and 2, and we have gone out and brought him in. Now then, first quote-unquote competitive game of the season is the Community Shield against Arsenal at Wembley. Starting a relatively strong side, no room for John Stones unfortunately in the starting lineup, but Dave is starting at right back, Baba is starting at left back, obviously with Cahill and Terry as the starting centre backs. Javier Pastore has completed his move to Arsenal, as you can see from this little graphic here showing player debuts. Pastore and Cech both making their competitive debuts, even though technically it is a pre-season friendly or a pre-season event. It doesn't count towards official goal scorer charts or towards official trophy count, etc. But they're starting off with a corner in the opening few minutes. We are still on world-class difficulty, key to point that out. I know I have been mentioning that I'm thinking about dropping it down to professional, but so far we've been alright on world-class at Wolfsburg and here at Chelsea, so I'm leaving it on world-class for now. I've dropped it to professional on my Twitch career mode, but that's mainly because it's kind of harder to play FIFA. Well, because I'm still trying to learn the game, I'm finding it harder to play and commentate at the same time and talk to a live audience and be entertaining, which is why I was finding it a lot harder and world class with Atleti. So we've dropped it to professional in that series, but we are still on world class here because obviously this is all post recorded. That is the reason why this is a post com rather than a live com, because obviously if you're new to the channel, with older series on FIFA 14 and 15, etc. When I have cup finals or obviously games like this where there is a trophy on the line, I tend to do them as one-off live comms. I do so with Champions League finals, FA Cup finals, Copa del Rey finals, Capital One Cup finals, etc. And I would have done so had I been comfortable enough with the game to do so here for this Community Shield final. But I don't really feel that comfortable with the game just yet on World Class to be able to adequately commentate and play at the same time on world class. So that's the reasoning why it's a post commentary, just to let you know. Also, if you are new to the channel, you'll have realised already I tend to waffle on when I commentate, but hopefully you guys find it entertaining. Diego Costa comes close with a chance 5 minutes into the second half with a really well struck effort, just couldn't quite find the bottom corner. Danny Welbeck and Joel Campbell though coming on for Arsenal here for Giroud and Walcott, but I'm bringing on Ramirez for Cesc. They're going to bring on pace. I'm going to counter with pace of my own. They're going to try and use their pace out wide and up top. And obviously, I'm going to try and use mine in that holding midfield role to steal the ball off them as they try and use that pace up top and out wide. And then break on the counter with the pace of Ramirez and then get it out wide to Hazard and Pedro. They work it into Alexis Sanchez here, though. And that did actually hit the woodwork there. That shot brushed the outside the post on its way past the side netting. JT gets caught on the ball here. It eventually works its way to Danny Welbeck in the box, who's forced wide, but then they get it back in to Aaron Ramsey, I think it was. Joel Campbell with the follow-up effort, but unfortunately for him, he was offside. So the game was going to end 0-0, and that obviously isn't how things ended in real life. In the Community Shield final, Arsenal were able to come away with a victory, and obviously in real life, over the weekend just gone, Chelsea came away with, albeit controversial, victory against Arsenal 2-0 at Stamford Bridge. No red cards in this one for either side, but it has gone to a penalty shootout. You saw the penalty lineups there, and Santi puts his and Arsenal's first one away. Obviously, you expect Eden Hazard to take it calmly, side-foot it into the corner of the net, which is exactly what we did. Petr Cech, though, obviously will know absolutely everything about our penalty takers. being a former Chelsea player himself. But Alexis Sanchez hits the woodwork. So the first penalty missed is Arsenal's second. Can we take the lead through Diego Costa? We can. After 2 penalties apiece, we are 2-1 in front. Mesut Ozil is up next. Obviously German, so surely he's fantastic at taking penalties. Does the stutter run up, but Thibaut Courtois comes up big with a fantastic save to his left and our right as we look. Nemanja Matic to give us a 3-1 lead in the penalty shootout. Don't quite get it in the green, so I tried to aim down the middle. Czech reads me, and it's 2-1 after 3 penalties apiece. Up steps substitute Joel Campbell, pressure on his shoulders. He goes straight down the middle as well, but I dive out of the way this time. Oscar steps up to give us a 3-2 lead if he can find the back of the net, which he does so very nicely into the top left-hand side or top left-hand corner of the net. So, 5th penalty. If we get through this, it's sudden death, or effectively it's sudden death here as well. Danny Welbeck needs to score. If he misses, we win 3-2 on pens. Danny Welbeck versus Thibaut Courtois to keep Arsenal in it down the middle again for the 2nd time in a row. I've dived out of the way. It's Ramirez, our substitute, stepping up to try and win the Community Shield for Chelsea in front of the I'd say the home fans, but they're our fans. Obviously, we're at Wembley. It's a neutral ground. Ramirez steps up. Petr Cech with a big boy save up in the top right-hand corner as he looks out at it. Top left as we glance towards the goal. So now we really are in sudden death. Debussy steps up, drills it down the middle. Again, 3 penalties in a row down the middle for Arsenal. I kept thinking to myself, surely they're not going to go down the middle again. Surely they're not going to go down the middle again. Dave has to score now. Keeper goes the right way, but he does get it into the top right-hand corner. Up steps Crystal Legs Jack Wilshere. Thibaut Courtois trying to put him off in between the sticks, dancing around like a moron. Jack Wilshere goes down the middle again. 4 penos straight down the middle. I kept thinking to myself, like I say, surely they're not going to go down the middle again. It's been 3 times in a row. I'll dive again. And they didn't. Fortunately for me, I thought about replicating that and going down the middle myself. Glad I didn't, because Cech didn't move. Up steps Nacho Monreal for like the 9th penalty, is it? He dinks it down the middle. 5 penos in a row down the middle from Arsenal. I couldn't believe it. 6-5 currently is the score. Gary Cahill to take the next penalty to keep me in it. Puts it in the top right-hand corner. This is mental stuff. 3 penalties apiece. 3 penalties apiece. 3 penalties apiece missed. Koscielny steps up. Courtois saves the 10th penalty. Up steps captain, leader, legend John Terry himself to score the winning penalty if he can get it in to win 7-6 on penos. He slipped in the rain in 2008 in the Champions League. Not as much on the line here, but he does bury the penalty. John Terry wins Chelsea Football Club the Community Shield, dancing all the way down the pitch towards his teammates. Weirdly, he still has the power bar above his head, as you can see there, which is quite odd. But Chelsea win the Community Shield, our first piece of silverware as Chelsea manager here. Pleased to do that on World Class, although obviously it came through the lottery of the penalty shootout rather than in-game. But we will leave it on World Class for now, and we'll see how we get on through the opening few games in the Barclays Premier League. And again, we will assess, and if I do have to drop it down to professional, I will do until I get better at the game. But as you can see, still training people. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is improving, as is Bertrand Traore as well, although he only got a D there in that particular training session. Juventus and Valencia have accepted our transfer offers. Gaia could be coming into the club to become our rotation, probably first team left back, ahead of Rahman, is it Abdul Rahman Baba, or is it Abdul Baba Rahman? I can't remember off the top of my head which way round his 3 names are. But Paul Pogba would definitely slot into the first team, you would think, perhaps ahead of Cesc Fabregas, or maybe I could move Cesc Fabregas up to Cam and drop Oscar. But there is a big offer coming for Cesc from Valencia of £41 million. And I did sit there and think for a while, as you can see. It took me a while to actually drop down and hit that reject button. I genuinely thought about it, but then in the end decided, nope. We'll keep Cesc here for now. He's a very, very good player, and hopefully he can have an influential role for us this season, hopefully. But Gaia is in now, our second new signing of the transfer window so far. He's come in now. He will be my starting left-back for the foreseeable future. Changing the budget slightly, we're going to go to 90-10. As you can see, still £75 million left to spend, but 56 of that will be used up on Paul Pogba should he come in. So we're having a squad report here in the background. Like I say, if you are new to the channel, I do it every single Monday in the manager modes. We have a squad report, so there will be one tonight in the Wolfsburg series as well. But feel free to pause the video at any particular point if you want to have a closer look at anybody's stats. JT, unfortunately, has already started to drop in rating, which is ludicrous to me. Why give him a big upgrade in career mode and his overall for Ultimate Team, etc., to just immediately start losing stats again. I hate that. Just because he's over 30 doesn't mean he's getting worse as a player. He's still rock solid. He was the best centre-back in all of the Premier League last year. He shouldn't be losing stats this soon. It's really frustrating me, but it means that maybe I should start playing John Stones or Kurt Zouma ahead of him. You'll have to let me know in the comment section down below whether I should start playing John Stones or Kurt Zouma ahead of John Terry and perhaps put my faith in youth at the back. Time will tell whether that's the right or wrong decision if you guys do decide that you think I should do that. Obviously, I have to record a couple of episodes ahead, or at least one ahead, so that particular decision won't take place until the episode after next. But I will, of course, gauge what you guys say in the comment section of this video and take it into account when recording further down the line. Hopefully, though, we'll be able to sign Pogba in tomorrow's episode. I haven't as of yet recorded it as I record this commentary, but I will be recording it before you see this video, so you can understand where I'm coming from. But our loan players that are out right now, a few of them starting to grow quite nicely, so hopefully they will have a good season out on loan and will be able to grow quite well. Tomorrow we'll be starting our Barclays Premier League journey with the game at home against Swansea. I think it's the exact same fixtures on FIFA as you have in real life, at least in the BPL because of the full licensing. So fingers crossed we can get better result than we did against Swansea IRL and get more than a 2-2 draw. We'll try our best. Drop the video a like if you enjoyed, guys. Subscribe if you haven't already. Coming up on your screen around about now will be the links or the usernames for my social media, my Twitch, my Twitter, my Instagram and my Facebook. Links are all in the description down below. My Twitch isn't listed on screen, but it's the same as my YouTube /Chesnoid Gaming. All links are in the description down below, as well as a link to my sponsor G2A if you want to check them out as well to get yourself some cheap Xbox or PlayStation codes. But for now, thank you very much for watching. Drop this video a like if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hopefully we can hit 3k likes again, and I'll see you next time.